सदैव हम लोगों को युद्ध के लिए तत्पर रहना चाहिए, तैयार रहना चाहिए।
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be on you. So today I came for my regular walk, and again it's a beautiful sunny day. So quick few words about a speech by Defence Minister of India, some Singh, this moron. He made some speech, and I want to say a few quick words about that, and then perhaps just consider it in details, what the consequences are. So first of all, this nutcase, this urine drinking, genocidal, BJP, Hindutva, racist bastard, this bastard said that Indian, because of the problem they have created in Bangladesh, Indian soldier needs to get prepared for war. Yeah, he's given an example of Gaza, he's given an example of Ukraine. I don't know what the fuck has got to do anything with Bangladesh, but that's what he said. So he wants them to get ready for war. Okay, so a few things. First of all, what I want to say is this. Is this unreasonable to expect for India to attack Bangladesh now? No. If I were a military strategist and knowing what India's objectives are, if you think about it, Bangladesh, where we are almost a cancer for India. We're just right in their heart. Yeah, we can explore the whole India. So, since the day of independence of India and Pakistan, they never wanted it. They never wanted Bangladesh to be an independent state, because you can see purely because of geography how vulnerable India is, yeah, to have another state right in his heart. Yeah, it's quite dangerous for India to have a nation like that. So of course, if I was them, and all these years I have done everything I could to contain their country, make it a vassal state, and now it's failed, and then now it's very vulnerable. You had the flood in living memory, which India has induced, facilitated. It carried out many coups. It has got its agents all over Bangladesh, still active and working for them. So this is almost the perfect time for them to do anything if they want to do. Right? Now, so I'll just discuss about, first of all, I want to just run this past you guys, that it is not unrealistic to think that India might do something like that. It's in fact very realistic. They can do it, and they've got all, any reasonable human being will conclude that, because the time is perfect for them. Yeah, because Bangladesh is very vulnerable for the reason I've described. So it's very possible. Yeah. Now, does it make sense for India to do it militarily, strategically? Of course it does. What about diplomacy, international law, geopolitics? What about that? Now, then you see, okay, what problem is India likely to encounter? It's the only thing I can think of is the comparison with Israel. So what kind of consequences did Israel face? Now, pretty much whole world is against the genocide of the Palestinians, right? Yeah, still, Zionists and then Americans and then the Western allies managed to carry out this genocide. So can India do something similar? Of course not. The situation is completely different. Would India want to become a pariah state, just like the Zionist Israel? And can it survive with that kind of tagging? And I doubt it very much. It's not going to happen. The line the Western countries will take for Israel, then they're going to take the similar line for India. Absolutely not. Especially after what India has done in relation to Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine war. So it's completely, that is a no-no. And it's not going to work. So definitely India will not be able to gather that moment. So, is it in the interest of India to attack Bangladesh right now? The answer is yes. Can they get a global opinion on their side? Absolutely not. Because in the old days, they managed to do it within the narratives of terrorism and Islamophobia. That doesn't work anymore, not even in the West. So India definitely can't do it anymore. That's that, right? So the India would not be able to mobilize the political opinion in its favor. Not going to happen. Now let's discuss the practicality of war. Can India launch an attack? Of course it can. It has got massive air superiority, naval security, it has got lots of soldiers. They can. What happens in the first 3 weeks? Yeah? And then Indian army comes, goes all the way up to the capital city. And then what happens? Right? So here is what's going to happen. Now, the Bengalis are a nation of proud, free people. Free. They've always been free. Nobody can approach them. Nobody can approach them. And India is, of course, nothing. Just a fly in the air. Nothing. So, naturally, without the army, it will be a guerrilla warfare. Yeah? And you have got 100 million people. Will be mobilized even with their basic, right now, with their basic arms. They'll be mobilized. Yeah? And if you think about our answers, I think they are about 82 million. Sorry, 82 lakhs, the 8.2 million. Just the answer. If you put whole Indian force, it will take whole of the Indian force, leaving all their borders with China, with Pakistan, empty, unprotected. You have to put all your effort in here to fight just the answers. Forget about any other brigade, and then forget about people. I'm talking about just civilians. They all go into guerrilla warfare. Yeah, that's what's going to happen after 3 weeks. Okay, and people will unite. They will just destroy Indian army. There will be dead bodies of Indian army in every single corner of Bangladesh. You can't get out. No more. Once you get in, your body bags wouldn't even go. Yeah? That's given. So there will be anarchy. Yeah? Anarchy in Bangladesh. But then the whole anarchy has to spread. Yeah? All over Seven Sisters, all over West Bengal, Bihar, Assam. Has to, and then India is gone. India is finished. And I am pretty confident that Pakistan will attack. Yeah? They will take the chance. China and Pakistan, they will attack India. So India, as we know, it will be destroyed. Within 6 months, India will be destroyed. No amount of Indian nuclear weapon is going to protect them. against this. Not going to happen. So we have addressed the key questions, right? Now, next question is, how realistic is this? Now, knowing the BJP, the genocidal Hindutva, these are absolute fucking nutcases. They're inhumane pigs, yeah? These are not human beings, just like the Zionists. Now, they haven't got a strategy as such. They're thick motherfuckers, huh? So their objective is destruction. So I wouldn't be surprised. There's a good chance they might do it. This is what the warning signs for Bengalis. Like, guys, they might do it. They're stupid enough to destroy themselves, yeah? They might do it. This is what you've got to be prepared for. But realistically, any military strategist, anybody with a IQ of a crow, yeah? In fact, crow is quite clever. IQ of I don't know, some stupid bird, yeah? Would come to the conclusion that, you know what, this is suicidal. We're not going to do it, yeah? So anybody with a reasonable mind will never even think about it, right? But here we're talking about Hindutva, genocidal, racist motherfuckers. They are not normal people. They're inhuman monsters, right? So now I come back to, as a nation, what Bangladesh must do right now. Because now, threat is, all this time, there was always a threat. The threat was kind of mute and silent, yeah? And they were doing it like a vassal state, just like the way they've done to Bhutan. They want to do something similar to Bangladesh. Now those wet dreams of these BJP motherfuckers are destroyed, yeah? So that's not going to happen. They know, they've realized it. So the question is, Bangladesh now should realize that there is a threat. The question is, what are we going to do about this threat, right? I will say urgently, because we are in a right now, a very vulnerable state. We've got these Indian agents all over the country, in every single DNA of the nation. It will take 5 years to get you to the moon. It will take a long, long time. But we can't sit around and wait, right? I will say immediately, we should do a defense pact. We should do a defense pact with China and Pakistan, okay? And if US is interested, with US too. Defense pact is for mutual protection. Mutual protection, okay? Now, I know Pakistan wouldn't even think twice about it, because Bangladesh has got a massive resources in terms of people, the fightable people. We can fight because they are not scared, just like the Pakistanis. Yeah, we can match 10 Indian soldiers with one people. Even the school kids can destroy Indian army, because that's what Bengalis are. We are born freedom fighters. Yeah, because it's in our DNA. We don't take oppression that easily. So Bangladesh needs a defense alliance as soon as possible. Urgent, because now we are not ready. Yeah, but I will say within 6 to 12 months, the strategy must be, as I have described in one of my other videos, to mobilize the student force, millions of them, within the Ansar Corps. Train them and get them battle ready. Train them and get them battle ready with the answers. So we've got actually 2 million, let's make it 100 million. So we've got actually 2 lakhs, let's make it 100 lakhs, yeah? So it's about 10 million. Let's make this battle ready 10 million soldiers. All they will need is some arm, yeah? And especially in the whole, not the West Bengal side, the other side, that's where you need guerrilla warfare. So we build them for guerrilla warfare. And we straight away, we don't look for Indian, we start making connection with all the other Seven Sisters nations. We say, you know what, we are your long-term friends. Let's work together. Okay? So we basically say, look, we will never help India to destroy you. Initially, of course, officially, you don't want to go and pay another like an army to start a coup against India. We don't want to do that. But We want to tell them we're never going to help India in destroying you. All you have to do is just give that note. Because without Bangladesh, it's impossible. Because of the mountainous region, India is fucked. They will be out of Seven Sisters within few months. Look what has happened in Manipur. Just a few drones, and own-made local drones. Chaos, in India. Chaos. Think about 200,000 of them. Yeah? China provides them all this. What happens to India? Fucking things goes tits up. They will just go because you can't oppress people and buy their loyalty. It doesn't happen. Yeah? And while you have got a region like that, extremely vulnerable region, right? So that's our next step. We form an alliance with the Seven Sister States, very close alliance. Okay. Then anything we lose on the other side, we gain it on this side. But I doubt it very much we'll lose anything, because then the next factor becomes very important, is our relationship with West Bengal. Yeah, because you heard the speeches of Mamata Banerjee the other day, right? So BJP thugs, genocidal thugs, is trying to create a civil war within West Bengal, so that Mamata Banerjee is a very patriotic politician, right? She is very good for West Bengal. Okay, I wish we had somebody like that. Now, she made a very infuriating speech. She said, if you start burning fire in West Bengal, do not think that's not going to spread in Bihar, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, and it's going to happen. Okay, so that shows West Bengal is really not our enemy. Yeah, there is an element of people in West Bengal, yeah, who are extreme contributor to the Hindutva movement, but majority are not. Okay, so they're not going to form this alliance. They are really almost like a friendly force for us, so we can easily infiltrate into West Bengal as well. Yeah. So that, say, within 6 to 12 months, we have these battle-ready students and whole answer movements. Really train them to the top course. 6 to 12 months. I don't think it's going to be. You need more than that. Then all you need is an ordinary arm. Yeah, we should be able to manufacture or buy them in straight away. Yeah. Now let's talk about the military strategy. What we have seen from the Houthis, the success of the Houthis, is that this massive US power was nothing. It was defeated by Houthis. How many times they bombed this nation? Big million dollar missiles. What happened? Houthis, they won the war. Their strategic objective, fighting this battle, Houthis won. Hamas won. With all this, I mean, India is nothing compared to the power of the Zionist army and the whole Western, the military infrastructure. India is nothing. It's like a little fly, right? And they failed. Militarily, they failed. So that is a big lesson for any sensible army to look at the strategy. Convention war for the last 5-6 decades is useless. Yes, you've been invested all these billions into your navy, your air force, your artillery. They're fucking useless. Yeah? So exactly what Manipur is doing, with a little bit of drone, we get Turkish and Iranian drone. We get a million of them. Okay? A million of them. And then we get the missile. We have to get, because I know Hezbollah has got access to supersonic. Yeah? So I cannot see why Bangladesh can't have access to supersonic. Probably 100 of them or 200 of them. We get supersonic. And as soon as India starts, we just destroy everything. In a round, you should be able to reach Delhi. Yeah? We destroy everything. All their strategic location, we destroy them. Now I'm talking about that probably 1 to 2 year plan. Yeah? It's very important. That's why defense pack is very important. You do it with the right kind of people. And then you got drones. It will be great if we can build some really decent quality drones. Yeah, take help from all the forces from all over the world. Yeah, all the militias. We need the knowledge, right? Build as many of these drones as possible, millions of them. We want to fly them to every single tank, every single artillery. Before this motherfucker even step a foot, we burn them. We just burn them. Okay? Now, it is very possible as long as we have the right strategy. There's no point of buying ammunition. I've recently seen I think Hossain probably finished all the ammunition. So they ordered some ammunition from Pakistan. But no, I will say go for this key technology, the drones and missiles. Yeah? Because don't invest in Air Force and all that, your shape, and these are expensive shit. Drones, missiles. Drones and missiles. Secure this technology, India will never dare. Yeah? Even I think if we can do the defense pack, India wouldn't dare. But in case we can't do that, as I say, within 1 to 2 years, we have this defense strategy. There's no way, they wouldn't even dare. They will finish. If they will start, they'll be finished within a few months. Yeah? And as I said, it's not going to be too difficult for our Ansar and student force to take over all of Seven Sisters. All of it. We can take it over. The amount of force we have got, we can take all over it. But just through purely by guerrilla warfare. Yeah, but we wouldn't want to do that. I think they are friendlier people. Even if you go to West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, these are really our people. So we never want to really, unless they want to, and they might. If you look at per capita income in West Bengal and Assam, all this Tripura, their situation is worse than Bengalis economically. And they might get some autonomy that will make them more successful. They might want to do that. And one other very important defensive step we must take. Now, there is I will say, probably 2% of people in Bangladesh, they are pro-India and pro-raw, in my view. These are very dangerous people. Now, I'm not suggesting any tributary actions, but it is about national defense and national security. Now, when the Indian army attacks, if they do, these are the people, just like the Razakars during the 1970 war. Yeah, what they did, these people will do exactly the same. Now, these are very dangerous people. We have to neutralize them very quickly. Again, it goes with everything I've been saying before. I use the word Kutta League. These are dangerous people. We have to neutralize them. They are now every stress of the country. I'll probably say, as I said, probably 2% of the population. And you really have to neutralize them. Urgent. Before anything else we do, we have to neutralize this threat. Because without this, it's going to be disaster. Because they can, Indian army can use them and do some serious damage. They wouldn't win, but they can do some serious damage. They can prolong our suffering. The war can be prolonged beyond 3 to 6 months. I think as it is, we can finish that off in 6 months, right? But it can go beyond that if we have got this Kutta League amongst us. Yeah, so this is like an obligation of Bengalis to destroy them, destroy their seeds. Also, something really important is the ammunition depot. Now, these are strategic because when they attack, you want this guerrilla warfare to spread everywhere for them to get enough supplies of ammo and the weapons. These are got to be strategically placed. You can't have them all in one central army location because they will bomb it and then you've lost everything. So of course you have to have it safe, at the same time strategically placed so that the local team have access to it instantly. If they don't, that's again, they will be fighting with their basic things, and it's going to be very, very, very expensive. There'll be a lot of deaths. But we have to, of course, if we think about national security, but the ammunition, that pose, we have to have it spread all over the country. And this is why I think we need many bases all over the country. Yeah, of course, you want to select patriots. You want to select any of the Kutta League. You want to select all the patriots and have these camps all over the country, and then where you can have supplies. Yeah, it doesn't have to be by road. It can be by horse, by boat, whatever means. Yeah, again, these are national security strategy we have to develop to protect our people against this. It's a shame all our canals are dead, rivers are dead. If we had them, no, like, remember what happened in Vietnam, yeah? Every single canal, every single river becomes so powerful in defending your territory. And we had it, in 71 we had it, right? And now we don't. So we have to create this alternative sources where we can mobilize our people very quickly, send them arms very quickly. All right, so these are all strategic defense mechanism. I'm sure people in the army, there are good people in the army, retired professionals, bring them all in. Bring all in, all the Kutta League, all the ROI agents, get rid of them, get the proper patriotic army in place, let them do the defense analysis and take the measures. These bastards, he already said, his intention is clear. We need to make our intentions absolutely clear. Let's do it now. There's a 30% chance of this BJP motherfucking genocidal maniacs might try something. There's a good chance of that, right? And then if that happens, what Bangladesh needs to do immediately, within 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 12 to 24 months, you've got to be seriously thinking about that. If I were in the strategic team, that's what I will do. I will do a critical path analysis. Okay, what happens? Do a what if analysis, take measures. Immediately take measures, okay? So we've discussed that, how realistic there is a chance. Then would they get foreign support? Very, very unlikely. Then in case of the actual war, what happens immediately? What happens after? Yeah? And what can Bangladesh do to mitigate that? Yeah? So I think I covered all that, and I'm quite confident that they wouldn't try, although there is a chance, but if they did, they wouldn't last. Whole India will fall into pieces, and their deaths will be in their millions. No Indian army will be able to get back. Nobody. And I will urge any Indian army members who are not part of this Hindutva thugs, do not get involved into this war. Yeah, because this is unjust. It's an oppression. And yes, it can happen in different parts of the world. In this part of the world, it's not going to happen. We people are great people with great civilization. It is not going to happen here. That's a promise. Thank you very much for listening.